Alrighty. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Who's Taking Watch? The Dragon's Might. My name is Brad, and I will continue to be your DM for this arc set in the world of Robert Jordan's The Wheel of Time. Who do I got with me?
I'm Dirk, and I'll be playing Zach tonight.
Cool.
You did me. I'm Victor, and I'll be playing Lior.
Cool.
I am Michelle. I'll be playing Tal.
And I'm Marty, playing Paige.
Incredible. The lines between reality and fiction just so blurred on this table.
So strongly blurred.
Everyone's so deeply in character, and I have to respect the craft. So welcome back if you've watched before, and if you're just joining us, welcome aboard. For those who aren't aware, Who's Taking Watch is a anthology-style D&D actual play show where we all take turns sending each other on journeys in some of our favorite worlds of fiction, sort of on the sidelines of the main story, where there might be room for the itinerant, somewhat homicidal nature of a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons adventuring party. 5th addiction? Is that what I said? Listen, last time I didn't have a lot of sleep and I thought I was going to do better this time. I'm coming in cold.
Addiction and homicide.
If you want to catch up on previous episodes, you can catch the rest of those in our channel just below. As always, the next episode will be coming out next Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with the podcast format of that shortly following. And I ought to be mentioning this more often. It's always in our description, but for music, we use the sound library of Michael Ghelfi Studios, and sometimes for some soundscapes and environments, Sirenscape. Please check out both of those services, especially Michael Ghelfi Studios. Really generously allow people to use some of their music for free, just in exchange for giving them a shout out. I think their work's amazing and really good for like all sorts of stuff just outside of the table too. So give them a shout. Maybe check out their Patreon and whatnot. You look like you have.
Do it.
Oh.
Do it. Check them out.
Yeah.
Don't be chicken. Check them out.
It was subliminal before you got loud.
No, it was subliminal before I called him out, I think, and said, everyone look at Zach. How's everybody doing today? It's you guys doing good? This isn't a trick question.
I'm containing myself.
You're containing yourself.
Very excited to not be able to crack this code and disappoint everyone. Let's do this.
Yeah,
As
tough.
you should be.
Tough code. There's gonna be like a picture of it in the corner, and if people figure it out before you guys, well, they will have been better equipped for some things than you guys.
That's the vast majority of the world.
Yeah.
I feel like we are very under-equipped for what we do.
Well, with that ringing endorsement, I think it's time to start telling a story again. So without further ado, I think we're going to go ahead and turn the page and jump into the next chapter of Who's Taking Watch? The Dragon's Might. Ooh, spooky. So, last time we met up, this group of travelers, having spent a couple of restful but sort of eventful days of self-discovery on board their boat, the Silvertip, were on the verge of arriving at the town, or village, of Morburn, the place where Tala's brother Sammy had last been seen alive. Now, in the morning, a long-awaited conversation that Dirk really meant to reassure Lior with happened, where you really expressed just how good of a murder Lior did, and
best.
that the explosion of Brodian was Lior's 100% responsibility. When everyone felt better, you guys were in a great mood to then see the burned-out smokestack of a town that was Morburn, where seemingly some large-scale battle had taken place with the amount of scuffed-up boot prints. Most buildings in the city square were all burned to a crisp, except for one stout stone building that stood. it was a forge of sorts, and puffing out lazily, not as in like a smoldering wreckage, there was a fire. Paige and Tala went to investigate and found a somewhat trepidatious and very socially rusty, I think is the best term, person named Brent, who had purportedly been paid a small sum by the Legion of the Wall to maintain a presence in the reclaimed territory of Morburn, even though there wasn't much of a town to protect. You asked as many questions as you could about the battle, and with some of Paige's special ability to listen to the voices, found out about his fear at what had happened, as he told Tal that it might be better for you to think that Sammy is dead than taken by the people of the dragon. You nevertheless resolutely stated your intent to go and rescue Sammy, or at least find out what happened, and he asked you to look after Brenta, who was his mother, is his mother. As Tal left, you quickly harangued him, having noticed a blue rocking horse inside, and asked him to send a letter, which he dutifully took down and seemed surprised to see someone who might correspond with him, but did nevertheless have a letter in return addressed to a KS that you happily took and were somewhat confused at the meaning of. On your way out of Morburn, Tal was accosted by two members of the Legion of the Wall, who fortunately were Otto and Cyrus, her brothers. You guys put the fear of the light and the creator and the dark one and like truly every entity in this world into the two of them, as stories of what had happened at the wall in Johanna had been passing around, especially stories about the abilities of you, Dirk, and you, Paige. They did not succeed in their attempt to bring Tala away from all these crazy people, but you did give them a cryptic, somewhat bunk message to send back to Julian. They gave you enough time to escape by boat as the Legion arrived, and you sailed further north and further west up the Bourne. Along that travel, many more fraught conversations were had, where Paige was unwilling to sort of let down the guard of the information that she had been entrusted with and told to keep so secret. But upon a moment of noticing not just frustration but hurt in Dirk's eyes, you eventually recontextualized sort of the group that you were beholden to and the group that you were with, and decided to share elements about yourself, revealing that you are not an Aes Sedai necessarily, but are very much an accepted, and on a high-stakes mission to try and prove yourself worthy of the title of Aes Sedai, and to gather information about the armies of Logain Ablar. Having shared this information, things were out in the air. Things were, wow, where are my words? Things were out in the open, and it was somewhat of an up-in-the-air situation as to whether or not it was too little too late. You see how I got confused there?
I would have.
I said up and said about, and poof, gone. But it was somewhat of a question of whether it was too little too late, or whether you could regain the trust of your friends. That question has to wait, however, because you guys made it to the end of the River Bourne and docked in a flow of ice. Using a map given to Lior by his betrothed, Adeline, you managed to find directions to the entrance of Stedding Jinsiun, where upon entering, you felt this strange otherness and this natural rightness flowing through all of you, as Dirk and Paige both felt a sudden void, a sudden emptiness. A tether that you were previously able to hold to, now out of your reach. But around a tree, before you could really take stock of this feeling, a tall Ogier woman named Iron emerged, aware of you by name, Lior, confirming your fears that maybe the elders of your steading had reached out about a young one going rogue, but nonetheless... Yeah, you've been snitched on. However, the recipient of the snitching is not upset to see you here, because, with great worry, she looked at you and said, "There might be a problem. We need your help."
Oh, I was not Well, I heard that there might be a little bit of trouble here. Something about Waygate.
Yes, and she looks over at the three of you nervously for a second, and...
They're with me. They can be trusted.
Understood. We would ask that you surrender any weapons that you carry before entering our home.
Including these fists.
Is that a threat?
Here's my quarterstaff.
Thank you. And she smiles very sweetly and takes it, holding it like a twig in her hands.
I think I have a couple darts.
She sort of looks at you and goes, just looks over.
Please keep this very safe as I hand over my sling.
Is this new? It doesn't look like it has seen much use.
It hasn't.
It looks like there's like one little latent natural one in here. Thank you.
She's throwing shade and we've just gotten it.
And she looks to you.
All right. I'll give her my long sword, my 2 hand axes,
Wow.
my 4 daggers.
My goodness.
Do you need my shield as well?
Do I need your shield?
Well, I use it very defensively, but I can...
Defense is fine.
Oh, thank you. I promise I won't bash someone's head with it.
She looks at you and your giant hammer and goes, "That's clearly a tool and not anything else." Come, the elders will wish to see you, and I'm sure a warm bowl of soup would be welcome among you.
Do you have hot chocolate?
No.
That's cool. I can use some soup to warm my bones.
And she just turns and starts walking further into Stedding Jinsiun.
Shut down so fast.
I like how straightforward these people are.
That is one of our admirable traits.
Roll an insight check.
24.
24. There's a little bit of when he says that's one of our admirable traits. You immediately sense, like, from the sort of tense sweat that's emanating from Lior, that's one of the Ogier's admirable traits, but straightforward doesn't explain... maybe they're doing 20 in the passing lane, you know, to get to that straightforward. Straightforward is a journey for the Ogier, as she turns around and starts to walk further into the steading. As you follow...
Would I be able to reach out just to see if I were to try and communicate with Lior telepathically, that would work?
You go to reach out, and for a second, it's almost like you're taking a lighter that you haven't used in years, and you're just hoping that it sparks. Because the usual, like, flood, and even with, like, the little bit of peaceful, like... breeze that it had become since you had sort of let some of these secrets off of your chest, it's not there. And you find the only thing that, like, enables you to do this is that you had this memory of you as a child, and you remembered that you had to look specifically for a voice when you were younger. And after a minute, you are able to reach out, and in a much fainter voice, you are able to communicate to Lior.
Okay, perfect. I won't say anything, I just want to know if the link is still there.
Yes, yes. And you do hear, like, the faintest, like, I'm in so much trouble. But, like, you're reassured at that point.
Perfect.
As you enter in further, you start to see that it's not necessarily that it's, like, warmer like spring. It just feels more comfortable in here. And whereas you were a little bit frustrated by, I think you were all a little bit frustrated, maybe save for Lior, on the instructions of look for the tree with the orange leaves, feeling like, hey, it's the middle of winter, that's useless. You are seeing still leaves on trees in here, and where there aren't leaves, there are tons of, like, really lush needles of some sort of pine-type tree. Trees all around, gardens of sprouting plants that are really hardy looking for the winter, but that do emerge through the snow. And you start to wonder when you'll encounter a village, and then you start to see like sort of what you think are like uneven, almost like ski moguls kind of an idea, but on a larger scale. And you start to see people emerging from underneath like where you would think it's just the roots of a tree, but clearly there's some sort of spiral staircase underneath. And you start to see certain ones that have openings in them. And you start to see a little bit more of life here. You see a short Ogier child of 6.5 feet run past. And what looks to be some grandfatherly type figure rumbling, going, "You mustn't be so speedy all the time." And just a nod of acknowledgement to you as you enter, and a look of curiosity at your companions. But eventually Iron does lead you to one of these larger mounds with a incomplete tree, but a stump that seems to almost be like roots above and growing beneath the ground. And she just says, "Please enter. We will give you as much information as we can, although it is little, brother."
That is much appreciated. All of you, on your best behavior. This is the stump. These are the elders of this steading, and there shall be no lip, or else we will all be grounded.
Be grounded.
All of us. Mainly me, but maybe you too. I don't know.
Does grounded have a different definition than my version of grounded? Because my version of grounded was go to your room and then I'd sneak out the window.
It has a very different definition. Yes.
Stick my hands in my pockets. Start whistling.
We'll just make you Ghealdan for like a year or two. Something easy. Right. Onwards.
Are you worried to be grounded?
I'm not sweating your sweating, Paige.
I'm not sweating. I'm loving this.
And you guys enter on this, like, you see it's not so much of a spiral staircase, but one that it's a large enough mound that they're able to just give a diagonal down with plenty of room for all of your heads. Maybe save for Lior, who fits in comfortably, if a little snugly. And as you enter below, you see just a warm room with a surprising amount of natural light. You're now seeing that where there were sort of like bushes placed on the outside, or certain like shrubs, patches of moss or something like that. Clearly they're just woven over an empty spot in the ground, enough to let light in, to complement the warm fire that rages. Underneath this section of the ground, clearly this weird gnarled stump has grown beneath ground as it, like a chandelier, spouts cherry blossoms to light up the room. And sitting in the room are two Ogier that are old, very old. You would know immediately. Probably have seen their 3rd century. Who look over to you. One of them, a man, looks over to you, and you guys all can't even tell that eyes are open, just bushy eyebrows, whereas Lior tucks his into his hair. These just dangle down about to there, and looks over with a bulbous nose and almost perpetual De Niro scowl, and looks over to you and says, "Is this the one who we have been warned of from Shanglu?"
Greetings, Elder. My name is Lior, son of Mael, son of Thane.
"Ah, yes, we know of you, Lior, son of Lior is fine. And the outsiders you bring?"
I am Dirk. Oh, son of... I'm a bastard, really.
Wow. Upsetting.
Grounded.
Tal, son of Hal.
That sounds made up. No, I know it's not. It's just I haven't heard it out loud in that sequence, and it's funny.
That's as far back as I go.
My name is Kashmiri, and I am from Tarabon.
Welcome, all. That's new information.
I was gonna say Lior's just like.
I'm sorry.
the-
Who?
We definitely know who this person is.
Have you just met?
Fashion. Yeah.
In a way.
That feels like something I don't need to get into. We understand, Lior, that you have left the Stedding without the permission of the elders.
Well, I didn't ask for it, so I did not get it. That is correct, yes.
Loopholes. Looks over at the Ogier next to him, significantly younger, but still an older Ogier who looks and she smiles and looks at him and she goes, "We love a loophole." Yes, we do. It turns out it's much to our benefit because we are in grave need of a stonemason.
I had indeed heard that there was. What's.
It's just weird.
Throwing me off. I had heard that there was something, perhaps with your waygate.
I've never seen anyone better with a stone hammer.
It's Stonehammer.
Me neither.
I was apprentice under Brom, and he mentioned that that there was something perhaps that could use an eye over here.
Brom. That scoundrel. How is he? He didn't want to come himself?
Well, he was pondering it for quite a long time, and so I think it. I don't think we could wait any longer, so that's why I decided to leave. But,
Well, I am dismayed to not see my old friend, Brom, but overjoyed that maybe there is someone who can help. Can these young ones be trusted?
of course, yes, they've helped me before when I was in the capital.
Yes. A mediocre city with pretender stonework, but work is work.
It was in rough shape, but we did the best we could before we headed over here.
What's the saying? You can only polish a turd so much.
I'm just like,
I am filing that one away.
I like this
guy's
guy.
energy.
Yeah.
This guy's energy's great. Well,
God, Tal, don't listen.
I'm taking notes.
Are all Ogiers like this?
Not really.
no, I like a goof more than the classic Ogier.
Amazing.
But, and at his side, the female Ogier goes, "Our manners. I am called Aerith, and this one is called Fiel."
Buzzkill.
Your name's
I'm sorry.
your name's singing in our ears, Aerith and Fiel.
Looks at you, looks at them, nothing. Goes, gives you like a reproachful look.
Your name sing in our ears.
"Thank you, child. Now, Fiel is not like all Ogier. Some of us still take matters with great seriousness." And Fiel just sitting in his chair going, just like old man laughing. She goes, "With the activity around the plains, there's been more outsiders around the Waygate. One of the last at the south of Old Manatherin for some months. And we worried that we had not the touch to repair any of the grounds around it or around the small grove that surrounds it. But after long enough, we feared it imprudent to not verify with what little means we have ourselves. So we've sent 2 of our brightest to verify. It's most of a day's walk outside, a bit further than most. But they have not been seen in 1 week since, and we fear what lies outside.
That is indeed worrisome. But we will make sure to find them. I'm sure they must have just been held up, or perhaps the work was greater than foreseen.
Sure. Roll persuasion or deception. Up to you.
I think it's persuasion.
Yeah.
He's being an optimist.
Yeah.
It's like a 9.
Okay. She looks at you and goes, with like a smile that doesn't touch her huge eyes, and says, "Right, likely just held up is all.
What were their names?
Oh, their names were Tamil and Corin."
All right.
Yes, from out of the cold. And goes, Iron, and Iron walks down, clearly having come from somewhere, and has 4 bowls of soup for you, 1 giant one. They're all made out of like this really, really nice like wood that looks to be all one piece, like so smooth that it looks like it wasn't even carved out. It looks like this is the way that it grew up from the ground, which is a shape that's familiar to you. And she goes, as you're sort of appreciating the craftsmanship, she goes, "We understand, Lior, son of Mael, son of Thane, that you have many gifts among our people even."
Well, I guess I was a little bit luckier than some, and I got perhaps just a hint of the tree singing.
What starts as a hint may often, and she like trails her hand up to the cherry blossoms, may often become more, and just like twirls her finger around and now she's got like a bracelet winding around her forearm of these cherry blossoms. She goes, "Give it time. You'll do great things."
Paige just hears, "That was so cool."
And she gives you guys your space to. We will provide you with directions to ensure that you make it as quickly as possible.
Just one question.
Yes.
The people in the plane, are they the Dragons people, or are they the Legion of the Wall?
And at this, she frowns a lot, and even Fiel, full grumpy, not chuckling. She goes, "They are the former, as they call themselves. And some are merely misguided. We have seen a few of their number seeking refuge as they got lost on their way north, and some were kind enough travelers, but some so fearsome that, even with the safety that our steading provides, we did not feel comfortable allowing in. So we've taken pains to hide Jinsiun from the outside." And you look and you see at this, like in the corner of the room, there's like a big, like almost quilt made out of like bright orange leaves.
I was gonna say, yeah, there were no orange leaves.
It took a really long time to pick all of them out. They just kept growing.
As plants are wont to do.
And she'll just leave you guys to sort of like discuss a little bit any plans you need to make before she comes back with directions.
Wow, that went so much better than I thought it was going to go.
Don't think any of us are grounded. That was
No.
great.
Can that field guy come with us?
Absolutely not. I'm a token Ogier person. He can get his own group of humans.
Steal my swag? No.
I realized pretty quickly growing up that I never got in trouble when Mama needed me to do something.
Is this a flex? What is the moral to this?
The moral is they need you to do something, so they're not going to ground you. If you spend the next 2 years gardening, they can't send you out to the Waygate now, can they? And since they're happy that you're here, they can't get mad at you for the circumstances under which you left in the first place.
That is some solid leveraging of circumstances.
Very insightful.
I guess growing up in a big family has its advantages.
Speaking of insightful, Kashmiri.
Yeah, what the heck was that?
That was...
Well, that's the most girly thing I've done in a really long time.
I figured all cards are on the table. I didn't want... It's the name I used, and I wanted you to get used to, and I realized it wasn't fair to keep it. I would prefer that you called me by Paige. However, that was not the name I was given at birth. Paige is the name I chose. I'm sorry for holding it back, but now you know.
That's quite all right, Paige. Nothing to apologize for.
Yeah, I thought about calling you something different, but the other name's a little bit long, so I'll call you like Paige or PP or something.
PP was the long version?
Well, Kashmiri's super long.
I guess.
We can call her Ka. Kaka.
Nice.
You're not invited, Fiel!
Wait, is Fiel the male or female?
Feels the male.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Better change that.
You guys have your soup, and it's delicious, fragrant. At first, looking at it, you're a little bit upset by the lack of meat in it, but you quickly realize they have clearly alternatives to get around that because it is the heartiest meal you've had in weeks.
Bloated.
And then after you've eaten, Aerith comes back with Iron, and she says, "Now, you'll want to depart from here on the north side of the steading and walk towards the mountains. As this was the south entry of Old Manatherin, that is where their seat of power was, and where the last vestiges of the civilization there were laid in tribute as a waygate. There is a small stand of trees that will mark your entrance, and you will know, Lior, which trees are the right ones. They bear a certain extra-natural air about them.
Understood.
One more thing. The last humans that we allowed in, before they frightened us, they spoke of noises in the north and the sounds of activity. We thought it was just a crossing of paths with some of the unsavory types of the people of the dragon, but perhaps that's all it is. Just be aware that you may not be alone when you enter the grove.
That is good to know. We'll be on our guard.
One more thing, Iron. And Iron comes back and goes, "Yes, I have letters for you, Lior. One from an Adeline."
Grounded.
And gives you a letter.
We don't need to read all the letters in the group as a group. I'm just saying.
That's
Something,
real quick,
something we started.
Before
We need
he
to-
shoves it into his pocket, you can see the front of it says "My sweet sunflower," and he shoves it into his pocket really fast.
Look, now is not the time and place. We have to go. There's
Cards on the table.
Hey there, sunflower.
And she goes, "Oh, and this one's from your parents." And this one just has block letters that says "Son" underlined.
Yes.
Now you're grounded.
All right. Thank you.
in the corner of the room as he sees your face go white. And she says, "Please, if you have nowhere to be welcome to stay here as long as you can after this. But please do. I would like to know if our boys are okay.
Do you think the humans of questionable nature could have had something to do with the tardy return of Tamil and Corman?
I should hope not. There are plenty of folk in the people of the dragon who are not welcome in your society, as I understand it, due to their fragmented chaos. If there was human intervention preventing Tamil and Korin from returning, I worry about them.
Okay.
On a question. Did you observe in any way the retreat from Werburn of the false dragon's armies?
No. Morburn, that's a small town south of the river, yes?
Uh-huh.
No, that's days away from here. We rarely venture that far.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course. And she says, "May the Creator shelter you." And looks to you and says, "Please do bring our own back."
We will.
Yeah, and there's a little bit in her eyes of, like, you trying to reassure her, but, like, her reading into someone who's been out in the world, sort of not having that confidence in it. And there's a little bit in her eyes that betrays, I am worried about what has happened already. Yes, and she nods at you, and the way is clear for you to exit the stump. What do you guys do from here?
We can rest. I know we just ate, but maybe give it an hour or so, digest, and then we can head out or so. And you can sleep on it.
Should we be getting there around dark, or is it something we should venture?
Considering she
Investigate
said
the
there
day.
was potentially some things or some ones, perhaps we make sure that our arrival is still as timely as possible without putting us in, well, unnecessary danger.
Yeah.
Is
It
the
is-
moon full?
Roll me a D. No, I'm gonna roll my D24.
Don't you want to?
Hey, those are
channel
hours in the
instead?
day.
That's true. That's how the moon works.
That's how the moon works.
That's a crazy roll. It's about halfway. It's about halfway waxing right now.
And what time is it now? And they said it's a half day.
It's
journey?
about a half a day's journey. It's about noon.
So if we go as quick as we can to be traveling when the sun's the highest, get there at sunset, and then wait until moonrise to continue.
Sounds like we're waiting a lot of time outside. We want to wait here instead, and then we'll leave.
I really would prefer that we get as much information as quickly as possible. Sometimes in these situations, every minute counts.
I think traveling here and arriving by sunset would be good. We can use the light at dusk to maybe cover ourselves as we advance.
I think it's a good idea. No time to waste.
Okay. You guys set off, and again, walking through this steading, this strange environment, it's a little bit less like instantly like sort of a magical feeling that you guys all had or that you three had, and this feeling of like belonging that Lior had. It's a little bit less of a magical feeling because you're looking now and you're reading the looks on people's faces differently, especially you, Lior. You're seeing less of, it was an anomaly that you saw one child running, is only one, and you're really not seeing too many kids running around. You're seeing worry on people's faces. And now when you're seeing people look at Lior and give him a nod, there's more people who were sort of like inconspicuously not watching you guys enter the stump, and figured out what you were setting off to do by the direction you headed in. Now when people are giving Lior a nod of greeting, there's not as much of a smile and there's more of just a a nod of understanding of your undertaking. And you guys make your way north and feeling this sort of inner warmth. And once again, cross this invisible threshold. Yeah.
I was going to ask Dirk on
Sure.
the way out.
Sure.
Dirk, I'm having a bit of trouble hearing the voices here. I'm not sure. Is it the same for you?
Yeah. To be honest, I got nothing.
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 Good. Is that a relief or?
I thought it would be. It's not entirely. But I like it. It's quiet.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Are your voices gone?
No, not entirely. I have to listen harder and have to focus more. But I'm glad the voice that you hear is not there as much.
It's a nice place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A place of rest. You are
But-
welcome to come to a steading anytime.
It just means that you guys don't have the same voices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you both know tangibly what the effect is of the steading.
Yeah. The fact that I think it's clicking for me that our voices are not just very different, it's that the source of the voice that I understand Dirk has is very different.
And I think both of you guys don't need to like roll deception or insight on each other, but there's this like understanding of like, yeah, it's nice, it's quiet. But both of you feel like you have pulled a muscle that no matter how hard you can stretch, it's not like there's no stretch you can do to make yourself feel
really
better.
good.
Yeah.
There's an itch that you could never scratch while you're in here, and you're both kind of like not outwardly or anything like that, but you're bugging out a little bit, and so it comes as a bit of a relief as you cross this threshold and once again hear like a distant like a little, you know, slightly more animal sounds off in nature, and you feel this exhalation, feeling a little bit renewed, feeling like you could have stayed in the hyperbaric chamber a little bit longer. You feeling your shoulders sink a little bit. It felt nice in there. You feel immediately the breeze begin again, and rather than it be an annoyance from the quiet, what it brings with you is that flower that is just on the verge of blossoming into full petal that is once again within your reach. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw as you exit.
Oh my! I like that's.
Is it? You
that's
gotta
like-
try.
that's
I
gotta
think
be,
it.
like,
I think it's.
perfectly cocked. I don't know which one that is though.
Okay, no, that's yeah.
perfect.
That's,
What
I
was
believe
it?
it. It's like 1420.
yeah, they were both good. And now it's
Too
gonna
good.
be garbage.
His wisdom, you said?
Yeah.
An 8.
You immediately reach out and hold the power.
Yeah.
Not necessarily doing anything with it immediately, but you immediately like sort of reach out and grab at the power, and you hear, "What was that? Where did you go?"
We going?
Do I see anything?
Make an insight check.
Yeah. 14 plus 0. I don't know why I keep checking. Is 14.
Deception check.
Oh. 11.
You see, and eyes dilate a little bit.
Dirk, what's happening?
Just when it all comes back, it's a lot.
All
It's.
right.
I thought it'd be like, you know, when you empty a tank and then you're like, I feel better. Well, it turns out my tank's still full.
All right.
Do you think if you step back into the steading and kind of like give yourself a minute to prepare mentally and then step back out, you'd be okay?
I mean, why not try it? And I'm just gonna
Cool.
walk.
Roll a d20 first.
Yeah, yep. Let's use the big one.
It's gonna bounce out.
2.
2. Okay. You feel like you are totally fine and very in control. And it doesn't matter that the voice is going, "This feels right. This feels more connected. This is who you are, Dirk." It doesn't matter that that's the voice, because you know that that's actually true, and you are feeling that.
I don't think hopping back in the steading, to be honest, I think that might actually make it worse.
Don't go back in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We gotta go.
Yes.
Got it.
No time to waste. Let's go.
Yeah.
Cool. And as you set off north, and Dirk, you are feeling this alive. You sort of like fidget with your hand for a second, and you feel a pop, and you look, and your fingernail fell off.
Okay, that's new.
And as you look at that and feel the sting, intuitively, you just like channel a little bit of fire, and it cauterizes. Not enough that it even hurts you so much, because you've sort of been like frostbitten by some of the snow. Yeah.
Thanks.
I don't like this.
Yeah, but I don't think anyone sees that.
I know I don't. That was me, Bradley. That was not Lior.
I'm aware.
I was speaking as Lior, but it was me.
I'm aware. And right now, I'm speaking as Brad. Yeah.
That whole thing was creepy with the bloody Tim Burton movie. This is Halloween.
That's actually what I'm playing, yeah. I didn't mention Tim Burton, but it's also in there. That's not true. Don't sue me.
No, please.
Shout out to Tim.
I'm a good boy.
Timmy B.
Mr. B.
As you guys head off north, following the directions that you've been given, which you have sort of coordinated with what is on Adeline's map, I'd like to ask you guys to make a survival check.
Have I just started making them with advantage just because?
Absolutely not. No.
8.
Or no, you have. I have immediately regretted giving you expertise and insight, so no.
Why?
It's the most powerful thing in a game with secrets.
11.
11,
So true.
12.
12,
3.
3.
8.
I have a +9 to insight, but I realize my character is like the most trusting person in this party, so I just never roll insight.
I love the commitment to character, but the part of me that loves being good bleeds for you. Okay, so that's a pretty great average overall.
I'm sorry, what?
It's like a 10.
Sorry, great for me.
It's a pretty average overall.
And you guys are walking up, and at a certain point, you're able to sort of, at a given point, you are able to, and breathing exercise and release, the one power, Dirk. But you're a little bit, you feel like more tired than you usually do when you let it go. Usually you just feel a little bit less, but now you feel a little bit tired. And sort of the impact of like this happening and the voice, you haven't lost your mind. You know that that's not good. I don't recall when you had read in the library about the effects of madness and like the wasting disease. Did Dirk ever hear any of that?
I didn't give Dirk any details.
Okay.
But I told him that there's a certain amount of time. I talked about the time frame.
Right. So just like obliquely, you're aware of the time frame, and you're a little bit.
Doesn't look good.
No, you're a little bit horrified, and then the voice that was so agreeable, a lot more maliciously, is popping in your head, going, "Why so glum? Come on, nothing bad can happen to you.
I just lost a finger now.
I won't let anything bad happen to you.
I think losing a fingernail is kind of bad.
Oh wait, watch your step. And you fall through like a snowdrift, and you guys have to spend. You kind of just keep walking for a second, and then you hear not any clanking behind you, and you turn around, and there is just a. just the other hand. Yeah. At first you have one hand out, and then you go. Yeah. You reach your other hand up out of the snow, and you guys lose a little bit of time.
Dirk, what are you doing down there?
I was a little bit distracted. There's a lot of snow here. You can't even tell where the path is, where it ends, begins. Getting my head in the game.
Keep up.
Yeah.
You are able to follow the directions. There's not much in the way of like obstacles. You're getting more into foothills and stuff like that, so there isn't like forests to disorient you. Mm-hmm. And by the time that you do crest one foothill and look on your map to see a spot that there ought to be something, you see a really small stand of trees that sort of hooks around to where it meets the foot of the mountains. But by the time that you do, you realize that by the time you get there, the sun will probably be like set. It will probably be dark by the time you get there.
While we still have light, can I simply look to the surroundings in a general fashion and just try and see if there's anything that stands out to me as odd in the landscape or
Great.
in the nature of the...
Absolutely. Give me a perception check.
Sure. Oh my god, I rolled well for once. 21.
You can see that this section of trees, you see by the way that the ground is, and there is a lot of green. It looks like it hasn't snowed here recently, but this is just like accumulation of drifts and stuff coming down off of the mountain over time. But you can see that like on the hill where you are, where you see this small section of trees in front of you, and some of them are gorgeous. Again, immediately you notice that these are sung trees. But you also notice that the ground to an area a little bit left of it is also uncovered with snow. And when you really peer, you think you can see the stumps of some trees, but not the rest. In this abrupt ending to the grove.
Leo, we're getting a bit close to the waygate. Is there anything we should expect? I've never seen one.
Normally, the groves are a gift that we made. Trees that we sung ourselves as Ogiers. They perhaps pale in comparison to a true stedding, but they still are something of beauty, and they typically surround the waygates. But this one seems to show signs of tampering, and I'll point to where it looks... The tree... So it looks like there's stumps of trees that are cut.
That's what it looks like to you. With over a 20, yeah. Yeah.
That there seems to have been some who would, well, sully our gift.
Why would anyone do that?
Well, some trees tend to grow larger and more bountiful than perhaps those in the surrounding areas. Perhaps they did not care that their beauty is unmatched.
Dirk.
All right.
This is important.
As we get close, I'll keep an eye on those
Stop
stumps.
it.
Sorry?
You all right?
What? Yes.
Okay.
Good.
Good.
You hear a howl from the base of the hills. Startling given the mostly lack of animal sounds.
Well, even a hungry wild animal will take a chance at us if they're starving enough. Let's get to the grove.
All right.
As you guys are walking over there, it's not an immediate need for stealth. It's not like you need a stealth for an hour. But how are you approaching once you get down closer?
I think I'm going to be walking behind Dirk specifically. Dirk has had a couple interesting ticks today, and I'm just going to keep an eye on him just to see how things are going. That's what it'll be.
Sure. So I'll ask you to make an insight check.
Yeah.
Anything in particular that you guys are doing as you approach?
I'd like to walk behind Tao because I want to, well, hold on, kind of have a conversation with her, but I need to whisper ahead.
Okay.
I'll be somewhat distracted as to what these lot are doing. I'm mostly focused and simmering at the sight of the desecration, really, and just trying to keep an eye to make sure that if there's anything else of note that it catches my attention. But otherwise, just leading the pack.
Great. So then since this is less of a scan and more of a looking for things, let's give me a survival check, and you guys give me what you wanted to have a conversation.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was like, what do I roll, Brad, for this comment? No.
Yeah. Roll for speech.
Just a quick question before we get going, as I realize we're getting a little off track. But, we're going to find your brother. Priority number 2, apparently, after we do this Leor thing.
This thing seems that my brother's been gone a month. This
Right.
thing seems to be a little more pressing.
But I wanted to talk to you maybe a little bit later about, like, this whole army thing. I know I talked about it before, but I was just thinking, you're joining the army to stop this, like, Logain dude. But if he wasn't around and he didn't have an army, you would need to join the army to fight him.
Right?
Okay, just logic's pretty sound.
Well, I don't know that I was gonna join the army because of Logain. It was.
Okay,
it
well,
was
now you're changing the story. But okay, that's okay, though.
Well, I'm not changing the story. I just that put more of an urgency to a plan that had already been simmering. Make sense?
I mean, yes, but no. Thank you. It clarifies things.
Why do you ask?
Well, I was just like, what happened if one day Logain died? Would you not be in the army?
I thought the army was a good place to go to make myself useful. It's the only thing I could think of at the time.
If we think of more useful ways, would you consider them?
Yeah. I'm open-minded.
All right. Wrestler, sprinter.
Channeler.
She can't channel.
I got the ball.
That channels?
Well, it gives me the right answer when I need it sometimes.
Should you ask if you can channel?
That's a good question.
It doesn't always work, though. I get the feeling that it only works, like, I don't know, once a day?
And we should use it for a good
Just a
question.
feeling I get off of it. It's me channeling.
When I take a long rest, I can interpret.
Right before I go to bed, if I haven't asked anything
Should
else
we ask
that day.
something about where we're going then? Maybe about who's at the way gates.
I can try. The answers aren't always super specific, and sometimes they're really super duper specific. I can give it a go. What should I ask?
Wow, I really didn't think all of this.
Are the 2 Ogiers still alive?
Ooh, that's a good question. All right.
So functionally, you're going to want to ask a question that works with the augury spell.
Yes.
Which is
we're both.
right, but given the course of a specific action you will take within the next 30 minutes. So are the 2 Ogier dead is not really something you would want to ask. The reason why I sort of hand waved it with "Are my parents safe?" is because it's an event that might happen.
Right.
Yeah.
So then I guess I would want to wait for when we're about 30 minutes away from...
You could do that now. Yeah.
No?
You're 30 minutes off. You're 10 minutes off, maybe.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So then maybe I'll ask, will the 2 Ogier be alive when we get there?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. If we go there now, will we find 2 Ogier alive?
Yeah.
That's good.
2 Ogier named
Corin and Tamil.
Cheech and Chong.
That's absolutely correct. Yeah, they're actually just sitting by the Waygate smoking an absolute giant kanoosh. But no, you do your roll, flip it over, and when we get there, will we find 2 Ogier alive? You find signs point to, oh no. is the answer.
It doesn't say they're gonna be dead, but it does say signs point to, oh no.
Desecrators. And I'm just going to start jogging. Like,
Yeah.
now
as you start moving, Dirk. When Tao pivoted to using the sphere of truth, it was a welcome distraction for you because you've been caught up with a voice in your head going,
Come on. Now do you really think that you want to take care of Logain to protect her? Or are you starting to realize that maybe you're more? And to clear the path of a pretender?
No, it's for Tao.
Think about it. You've already shown so much so recently. You've held it off. You protect the weak. We could do great things, Dirk.
I only have so many fingernails left.
and with a nat 20 on your insight check, you do hear Dirk say, I only have so many fingernails left.
I'm going to go to Dirk and I'm going to grab his shoulders, hopefully right before Leo sprints into a run as you're doing the thing. Say, Dirk, there is a voice in your head and you need to stop listening to it. We're heading into danger now. We are going to need you. Tal is going to need you. You need to be with us.
You need to be yourself.
I'm with you.
You need to block it out.
Am I hearing this?
Up to you. As you're rolling your sphere of truth.
Oh, it's while I'm rolling it. I would probably be pretty absorbed in that then.
Yeah.
I got it. Just I'll be in behind. Yeah, it's the wrong hand. It's this one, but it's okay.
Alarming attention to consistency.
I didn't even mean to, and it kind of just fell, and now it's done, and I didn't even mean to do it. I can't be around people.
Do I believe him when he says he fell and it didn't mean to happen?
No, I meant it just fell off.
Oh,
Not that
thought
I
you said,
fell.
I fell and it came off.
That would have been a perfect lie because I fell in the snow, but no.
Yeah. Do you? Let me ask you. Are you trying to fight it off when Paige is saying this and like sort of drop your hold on it before you enter in, like clear-headed, or are you trying to be like, no, I've got it.
No, like I'm trying to sell her on the fact that I do have it. I definitely don't have it at the moment.
Yeah.
But I'll have it by the battle.
Okay.
Like that's what's important.
Okay.
Because I'll get it by then.
Okay.
Okay. Paige's hands will squeeze your shoulders a little more and say, you need to promise me you're going to do everything you can to fight it off. We need you. It is not your friend.
I know, but it's the only way I could do what I do.
You are better than this. Lior! And I'm going to run out.
Desecrators. And Lior's gone, and you guys have to follow swiftly.
Okay. I guess we're doing this now then.
Yeah. So sorry, are you like currently locked and loaded, or have you let it go and are like trying to get it back when you get there?
So I don't know the difference really mechanically.
The difference is up to me. Quite frankly.
If I have the ability to try and push it out and like get it out,
Yeah.
I would.
So give me a wisdom save with advantage in that case.
Natural 20.
Amazing.
Yes!
You are like fighting it and going like, no, like, listen, I only have so many fingernails. And then when you're still like sort of reasoning with this voice who's going like,
Come on, like, what's fingernails? You still have your hands.
then Paige looks at you stone cold and knowing how bad this is for you goes, you need to let it go. We're your friends. We're with you now. You immediately lock that voice out and can drop it.
Awesome.
You guys run off and are trying to... You're just running straight in, eh, Lior?
Yes. Sorry, just your thing. I was like, the power of friendship.
This is really
Yeah. Then you guys all do the Care Bear countdown. But you guys are booking it, and Lior fastest among you, and Tal swiftly going to catch up around. Now you can't see these stumps anymore. You're just running, sort of skirting the trees. You have something?
No,
Okay.
sorry.
You made
I
a
forgot
sound,
my sling.
You
no.
You made a sound usually like when you say like, just one thing.
You took all our stuff.
I'm very attuned to Martin noises.
I'd just like to sidebar with Lior for like 15 minutes real quick, if you don't mind.
I'm going to kill both of you. But you guys are running around the trees and are starting to now see the stumps. And as you look through what was once dense wood is now like sparing, and you could see pockets of light behind it. It's now dark. However, Lior can see well, and you running alongside Lior are very sure-footed. And you are finding, very curiously, you're looking at Dirk, who is reaching up at things that you can't see until they're very close to you, and like pushing branches out of your way, and quickly gathering that there's like no skeptical running on Dirk's part in this instance. But you guys round the corner of these torn up stumps and see in the moonlight what was once probably a beautiful centerpiece of this grove is now desecrated, is the word. Trees are hewn haphazardly, some in a way that is not even like meaningfully to collect wood, some that are just sort of like split in a weird diagonal that's not efficient. Logs and stumps litter what was once a walkway that is now stamped down with boot marks. And at the end of it, in the moonlight, you do see two figures of Lior's size. One sitting, one standing. There's a moment of hope for the three of you, in spite of the message that you've been given. There's this moment of hope at seeing these two hulking figures next to a gate. That hope is dashed when Lior, you look, and the thing that you notice, even in the low light, is what should be doors of wonderfully intricately engraved leaves in the stone, is instead an open door of shimmering, smoky, mirror-like substance that catches your eye and fills you with dread. Dirk, as Tal maybe goes to start speaking, you quickly clap a hand on her arm, because not only do you see that the build is slightly off, that perhaps the ears are too big to match up with Lior, but that sense that you often have to reach for to look for the dark is going to ping 100 out of 100 times that you are within any sort of range of these creatures. As one goes and points its head up, and you see a long snout, and looks over towards you all. You see standing up to their full height two monstrous beings, one with hackles raised and pointed ears and a long, snarling snout, holding a scimitar, and the other, a hulking, massive, almost rotund figure with a smaller snout but much bigger arms, holding a maul in one hand and just a large round paw in the other, covered in armor. These two beings that you can't put a name to, and you just know the smell of are awful. But both of you immediately, and with horror, you with a growl, and you with a sharp intake of breath, say, Trollocs. And I need you guys to roll initiative.
Here we go.
And we're going to take a second and square that up while I get a map.
That was the coolest image.
So, I need everyone to give me what they rolled for initiative, please.
Let's do it.
I'm going first.
You always go first,
You
Tal.
have to tell me the number.
27.
Oh,
my
my god.
So dirty.
Yeah, right.
Sick.
Should be illegal.
Any 20 to 25? Okay. 15 to 20.
18.
18.
Ooh, who has the better dex?
Better dex?
14.
13.
Okay. Paige, then Lior. 10 to 15?
14.
14. Okay. And there we go. Beautiful. So, what we see is you guys emerging into this clearing as the word Trolloc gets breathed by Dirk, louder than what Paige's more scaredy version is. And these beings growl out and snarl at you. But Tal, you get the jump on what is happening. What do you do?
I will very quickly look at Lior and say, do we want them in the gate or away from the gate?
We want them dead.
Aye, Captain!
Damn, Leor.
And Tal is going to take off after the one named Wolf.
Okay, amazing.
So, what's my speed?
I believe in you. 45?
40, I think.
No, yeah.
Yeah, straightforward.
1,
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
After the one named Wolf, so you can probably get there if you want.
not 45?
Maybe I'm 45. Maybe I forgot to up it. Did I forget to up it?
I think
I'll
you did,
check
'cause you
real.
get. I
I'll
think the
check
minimum
real
is-
quick, but I believe
I
so.
think it's right. Yeah. I think the least amount you get is.
Yeah.
45.
Yep,
Cool,
45.
scooch me one more closer.
Level 6.
Oh,
Nope, diggity. I will fix that.
Contact.
And I'm gonna just thwack him
Yeah, thwack this wolf.
with my fists.
Amazing. Classic battle song, quite
No,
frankly.
8.
the
15.
Hymn of the sheep.
15 just hits. As you can see that this one is wearing
Found their
leather
AC
armor and the bear
right
is
away.
wearing breastplate now that you are closer up.
Poor dang. So that's 5 points of damage. It's my-
5 points of
it's my-
damage.
It's
Okay.
my mini meme.
Absolutely.
I would like to
your
use my second attack.
Yep.
Because I got one of those.
Amazing.
It's higher than 15.
Then that also hits, believe it or
I'm
not.
gonna switch up that guy. 6.
Okay.
I'm not rolling great.
We're making forward momentum as you reach out and throw a punch that you can see this thing is wielding, waiting for you to raise a weapon, and you just dart in with a quick jab that it's not expecting, and then throw an elbow at its jaw as it doubles over a little bit.
I am going to flurry of blows.
Okay, absolutely.
Yes?
So just to remind you, because I think you got it recently, but the open hand stuff, you also have the.
No, I want to stun him.
Got it.
Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to do. So 2 more hits. The first one I'll try to stun.
Okay, sure thing.
I didn't want you to forget and then feel it. Sorry.
Not 1.
Okay.
Can I just let you know you could stun on any hit, not
Yeah,
just a flurry
You can
of blows.
stun on the first 2 as well.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought it was-
and
Yeah.
Oh, can I
yeah.
go backwards and do that? That'd be kind of dirty.
It'd be a little.
I just
it'll-
didn't know. I
It,
would've
yeah,
said
it'd be a
first
little
hit.
cheese because then you would get advantage and we'd be getting a little weird.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. No. That's unfortunate.
No, okay,
Cool,
so you
neither
can,
one
use
of those
you can
hit.
use Stunning Strike on the last one in that case.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think that's a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. That is also a nat 1.
Stunned.
Yeah, so then in that case, roll me 2 more, because then those
Right,
would have
that would be
applied
the
for your
first.
flurry of blows.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Natural 19.
Okay, that'll super hit.
And then 7, so it just misses.
Okay, so you get 1 more hit in, though, for sure. As this thing locks up and...
6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points of damage, max damage.
Dang. And as it's sort of shrugging off the damage that you're hitting it with at first, it shrugs it off, but then the elbow that you hit really, you think it's the jaw, but you snap it back down into the neck and just locks up a nerve, and this thing is just like real stunned, locked in place.
Very cool.
And remind me the rules of Stunning Strike. It's when does it wear off? The end of
my next turn.
I hate myself.
Beginning of her.
Beginning of your next turn?
Beginning of my next turn.
believe-
Okay,
I believe
awesome.
it's beginning.
Awesome. Yes,
But he's stunned, so he can't take reactions anyways.
that's correct.
Can I also, with my open hand technique, when you hit with a flurry of blows, deck save or be knocked prone? I don't know if I can stack things like that. Because
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. And I can't make deck saves, really,
Yeah, because you're
if I'm
stunned.
stunned.
Yeah.
so then that last hit would be knocking him prone.
Yeah, absolutely. So you do that and then sort of like miss with one and then just give it a strong like Sparta kick and just knock it over as it was like gearing up to go after you, but you give it this mighty kick and what was originally going to be like a... it goes... and this thing falls over prone as the one next to you is glowering over it.
Okay, I will call back over my shoulder. Hey, Dirk, stay with Paige! And that's my turn.
Okay, that's your turn. Awesome. Next up in the initiative is a stunned wolf who can't do anything.
Nice.
My
nice,
God.
nice.
I'm so sweaty.
That was good. That was a
So
really
wild.
good turn.
So wild. However, as you're up close and looking at this one other one and thinking, oh, I could take 2 of these, no problem, you start to see something take shape in this doorway, this open doorway that is swimming with this like ephemeral shadow and light, and moving almost as if in slow motion as you all see it, emerging just on the pedestal, and slowly as if reaching through like some sort of like gelatinous mass, clawing its way out. Another armored leg emerges. However, this one hits stone with a loud clop of a hoof as climbing its way out is this one with a curled ram's horns that just goes like and
this is
stamps
terrible.
its foot on the
All of
precipice
this is really bad. All of this I hate.
as another Trolloc emerges from this doorway.
Nice.
Is that because we stunned the first one, Brad? Oh, you had it prepared. I think you just made that one right now.
I think it's punishment.
You just hear the beep of the Sharpie.
Yeah, you could literally see me start to write as I was talking. But that is its go, and it will act on its own turn in initiative. Next up, we have Paige.
Paige is going to look around and say, we need to act as a team. I will stay back, but you two. And I'm going to take a couple of steps forward and then reach my hands up, and the wind is going to start blowing, and I'm going to kneel down and put both my hands on their kneecaps, and I'm going to say, go get her. And I will cast Twin Haste. Oh, yeah. And the wind will just, as it starts pushing.
You've never been more beautiful than tonight, Paige.
As the wind sort of just explodes around you, like airbender style, quite frankly, all of a sudden you guys get this one little glimpse into what must be Paige's everyday world as a storm of whispers surrounds you. And for you, it's no longer the voice of what Paige would imagine to be a father, because Paige knows better than that. It is the voice of Uncle Ghealdan telling you, stay safe, keep him safe, bring him back for a beer sometime, huh, kid? It's the voice of your aunt saying, you'll do what you have to do. And it's the voice of Paige looking at you. You think it's another one of the whispers, but it's Paige looking at you and saying, stay sharp, we need you. For you, Lior, it is the voice of an imagined opening of a letter with fear as you think of the words of your parents, but they say, we are so proud of you, Lior. Go mess some stuff up. And the voice of Adeline saying, my sweet sunflower, there's weeds taking over this field. And the voice of Brom going, destroy. As you instantly are all bolstered by haste. Awesome. Is
Yeah,
there anything else
super
with your turn?
I'll probably just run behind a tree with the rest of my movement.
Okay, awesome. You run behind the stump of a tree.
never been
I
more
do
excited
say
than right
stump. You don't get full cover behind
fine,
these.
that's fine,
I
that's
just
fine.
didn't want to cut them to a millimeter high.
I don't want full cover. I want to have visuals as well, but any type of cover would be good.
Yeah, you get a little bit of cover
choose.
there. Excellent. That is going to be Lior's turn.
You go this way, I go that way. Okay.
You guys just hear from Tal the tiniest little help. She
Yeah.
watches the ram step through.
Lior's gonna rush forward. I have double speed, right?
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. Ooh, sorry, Dirk, I'm kind of hogging the space here. I'm gonna go here, getting in the thick of it.
Yeah, it's a little bit dicey, but you can get
better
like
be
one square further
right
up.
in the right one,
those
then.
those circles kind of take up a lot of room. Yeah,
Notice
sort of
which one I can
on the rim
reach.
of bear and ram. Yeah. There you go.
Question: as I close the distance, Lior is just thinking. He's not thinking. He's letting the emotions that were simmering just take him over. He is no longer trying to control it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he looks to the Waygate, knowing that that was his mission. He would just, before he starts to be the bull in the china shop, he just wants to take a glance at the portal and see, does he see more shapes in the mist? Can he perceive anything?
Give me a perception check.
It's a 24.
You see what looks to be another gauntleted hand starting to reach its way out of the portal.
Jesus.
Close the portal.
Yeah, actually, roll me a history check to that point.
Wow. That's a 21.
You know that the way to open a way gate is supposed to be a secret guarded closely, and is the removing of a trefoil leaf from the tree of life of Endosora. That is then a key that can close and open the gates. It is a small key, and the fact that it is open here means that the key is not on the door. The way to close it would be to find that key and put it on the door. I figured I'd give you that history check before you rage.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, you wouldn't get it straight up if you were full sicko mode.
Yeah. I'll call to my allies and say, the key is here somewhere. It's in the shape of a leaf. It is what we need to close the door and to stop them from coming. And then I'm just going to start wailing on this guy.
On the ram?
What I want to try and do is I want to hit him. I want to shove him.
You want to shove
Crush your
him?
feet.
Yeah. I first I'm going for a shove, so I'm going to do that after raging with advantage.
Sure.
So I'm trying to shove him back if I can. That is a 26. No, it's a 25.
I can't beat that.
Okay, can I shove him back in the portal? Is there enough space for me to be a battering ram?
You can battering ram the battering ram.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yes, because god damn it. I think you can do that.
Then I'm gonna shove him back 5 feet.
I mean, if it's 5 feet,
He's like half
I'm
in,
gonna be
half out.
following up. And
yeah, you
trying-
can shove him back towards the door with
I'm
5
trying to
feet.
I'm trying to shove him back towards the door, and with my second attack, I'm gonna come with the stonemason's hammer. I'm gonna try and crack off one of its horns.
Can you can sub one attack,
Yeah,
one weapon
for a
attack
shove.
for a
Yes.
shove?
Yeah.
Great. And you're trying to just crack off one of its horns?
Yeah.
Amazing. Go ahead.
So that I'm reckless.
Okay, sure.
Jesus, that's not good. But it's still a 17.
Which
That
is
hits.
more than the 15.
Absolutely.
Okay, and I'm gonna use the crusher feat to shove him back another 5 feet.
Okay.
Yeah. Back in you go, mother.
I don't get a
Swear
save.
jar.
I don't get a save for Crusher, do I?
No, you don't.
I should have vetted your character sheets more. What could go wrong? Haste could totally make sense in this world.
I have an extra
extra thing.
You do have an extra attack.
How amazing is that?
And okay, great. I'm gonna, so that's 6 plus 7, so that's 13 points of damage.
13 points of damage, okay?
Yeah.
And it goes back in and like almost like you see it going in full speed, but weirdly it looks like the image in the mirror is moving in slow speed. It's this weird scary effect that sort of messes with all of your eyes.
Yeah.
But you see that it is just on the threshold, having been stopped by whatever was coming through behind it. So
Yeah.
it is prone to reemerge, but however has been knocked back out.
Perfect.
We've stopped the other thing.
Can I step into that space?
Certainly.
Then
Certainly.
I will step into that space. I'll
Yeah.
just move him for
Yeah,
now.
thank you, because he can't really fit on there, so
Yeah.
you could totally do that.
I'll stay here, and I, with my last attack, will try and grapple the one that's on the ground and just grab it in its wolf hackles
Okay,
and just try and hold it down.
totally. Nice. I think you do that.
Actually, wait, I do think I'm right in the front of it, and it may not be here, but I would actually use that extra action to try and look for the Avendasaur leaf, if you'll allow it.
Okay, yeah, no, you can totally do that. It's going to be with disadvantage because you
100%.
are raging.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
make an investigation check with disadvantage.
It's a nat one. That was.
What do I find?
And so you, and the wolf looks up at you. The bear is just like kind of snarling and spitting. The wolf's looking up at you with a little bit more of like an intelligent panic in its eye, you would see. And you sort of like raise your hammer back towards the wolf, but instead you're like, and you don't see what you are looking for. Awesome.
'Kay.
Is that your turn?
That's my turn.
Great. That brings us to Dirk.
I'll turn to Paige and I'll go, find the key, quick. And I'll take off running and without drawing my sword, because this just sounds even better. I'm feeling so alive. I touched the one power without touching the one power. Let's just make sure we kill this bear like Lior said. And I'm going to just remember that voice and that sword that he gave me and go, yeah, it's time. And I'm going to channel my Shadow Blade. And as a bonus action, it's going to pop into my hand as I take off at a blinding sprint towards the bear. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Is that within 5 feet?
Nope.
No.
Oh, wow, that's
You could go for
silly.
the wolf, who
You could get to the
is
wolf,
prone,
who's prone.
and stunned. You could do that.
But unless you have a weapon with a 10-foot reach.
I throw my sword at it. Ah! I'm very angry.
Certainly. You can throw your sword at the bear.
Yeah.
You do
think
have 2
he's-
attacks, just so you know, because of haste. Oh, a second attack. I don't know if you have.
Oh, so close.
It's going to be a 17.
That hits.
Sorry, that's like a 21, but yeah.
Okay, that also
Sorry.
hits.
And as it like flies from my hand, I leave my hand open, and as it impales itself onto or into this Trolloc, I'm just gonna go ashes to you, and I'm just gonna close my hand and my fists and let my sword erupt as I channel a divine smite into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
So it's going to be 2d8 for the sword,
Yep, that's all rules that I can follow.
plus 2d8 for the smite.
Yes.
And you have said that this is a thingamadooger, so I would get the extra d8 for that.
Yes, the rare white cloak term thingamadooger, which is shadow spawn.
if you wanted it revealed or anything. I was,
No, totally. These are shadow spawn.
that's terrible rolls, but it's okay.
Thank God.
So
I'm getting
10,
slapped right now.
19 plus 6, 25 damage.
Wow, that's bad? Unbelievable. As you just throw out your sword and it like vanishes in the air. You throw it out ahead of yourself as you're still running, and you throw it and it vanishes in the air. Tal, you see this purple blade like disappear out of his hand, and then just you hear like one like high-pitched keening And as Dirk lands close and closes his fist and just slams it into his gloved hand, the sword appears and pierces into the bear-shaped Trolloc, who it stabs in, and this wound of like purplish energy opens up, and it goes screams in pain. Huge hit.
Excellent.
And I need you to roll a d20, please.
Absolutely. 14. They like to do that.
Yeah.
14. You just feel a calming voice say,
That's it. You're more in control than you've ever been.
Damn right I am. And so I'm going to use my extra action from haste to use a dash to close the distance from the bear and take out my actual sword and slash because I'm going to action surge.
okay, sure thing.
Boom. No fun.
Yeah.
Dang, this is crazy.
That should have been that. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Brad's just like, yeah, you action surge? Okay, yeah, just gonna Sharpie in action. Oh my god.
25 or
I've
whatever
actually
it
just
is.
written a note that says be meaner.
And I'm
ahead.
absolutely going to dump also another smite into that as like my regular sword just lights up in flame as I slice it.
Totally.
He's like,
And
yep, let's empty them out on the minions before the real bad guy comes
Yeah.
through the gate.
Yeah.
Totally. Which one of those things am I saying totally to? I won't tell.
So now it's only 1d8 for the sword, which is going to be 13 because it's my regular sword. And then
Your regular sword is 13?
7 plus 6. Yeah. I rolled a 7 on a
'Cause
d8.
two-weapon
Because
fighting.
I have dueling.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry. yeah, I deserve this.
My apologies.
13. And then double 8s on the smite. So plus 16, so 29.
You kill him.
Yeah. Jeez. Yeah. And like Dirk's eyes are just like furious as I like turn towards Leor and I go, the gate. And I just like get prepared for what's coming next.
As you just slam into this formidable creature, and as you don't even do anything tactical, you just do a double overhanded stab and go straight into, almost like splitting the arrow style, straight into where the shadow blade is, this purple blade that is just hovering in there, and you split it, dissipating it, driving this wedge of flaring light energy in, this fire, this spirit that you're channeling, as you just go cleave straight through it and collapses to the ground over backward with a clanking. I do need you to give me another d20.
No, I'm feeling pretty good though. 16.
16?
Yeah.
You are feeling very good.
Pretty good.
Feeling very good indeed. I'm feeling very bad because next up was the bear.
Should I take him off the field?
Yes, please.
I suspect more bad guys are going to be coming through.
Who can say?
The Ram.
let
The
us
Ram
have
can
this.
say.
We should have.
Speaking of Ram, at this point, shimmering through, using half of its movement to emerge from here, shimmering through, feeling like, I'm gonna join my brothers, emerges a Ram and goes, looks at nothing around, is not in the mood to do anything with Leor right now, since it was just manhandled, and is going to charge straight at you, taking with a sword, but then lowering its head and just trying to butt straight at you. So it's first going to take a
butts.
ram action on you.
With the horns, not with the butt.
You look. He's going to butt with the horns. He's not going to horn with the butt.
Wow.
Horny
It's
butt.
this is oddly lewd. That's a 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
That'll hit. Okay, great.
You do get a +2, but I don't think it helps
Whoa.
in this case.
I get a +2?
to your AC from haste.
Sorry. Brad's face.
Please don't talk at me.
Could you let me have one thing?
Yeah, hold on. Our proficiency's still 3, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, you're good. You're good.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm ruined. I'm ruined with, now that you're working together, I'm done. Oh, jeez. Thank God I rolled max damage. So that's going to
I
be,
was going to say.
excuse me,
You
that's
haven't
going to be
even
12 points of bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make a strength saving throw, please.
You know, doesn't he have to run to do that
Excuse
stuff?
me.
You know?
No, actually,
You know?
no.
No, it's just rolling.
That's a 16 plus 5, 21.
Okay, you absolutely save, but it goes to try and knock you over. And while you're bracing yourself, it then swings up an ugly-looking scimitar and goes for you.
Ooh, I like that sound.
Thank you. It's a 16 to hit. I
That
don't think
roll
that
misses.
does.
I bring up my shield and just block it.
And it just is spitting and not necessarily making sounds. I think that you can tell, maybe not Lior in this moment, you can tell, and certainly you can tell, Paige, that there is a meter to this. It's like a... it is making sounds that appear to be some form of speech. But that is going to do it for the ram's turn, bringing us back to Tao, at which point this wolf... just looks back up at you. This wolf-shaped Trolloc.
He's still prone, so I'm gonna hit him in the snout with advantage.
Yeah, I hate that, but it's true.
Come on.
Natural 19.
Yeah,
Can I try to stunning strike him again?
if you want to.
Yes, please.
Yeah, no, totally. You can do that.
So so I can make that one a stunning strike?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
for sure.
Cool.
Just keep track of your key points.
Yes, I am. Thank you.
That one, I believe, is going to succeed. It's a strength saving throw or constitution?
Constitution.
Constitution, 17.
Yeah, that'll save.
Okay. Do your damage.
Oh, yes, sorry. Apologies. I hit again with my second attack.
Okay, cool.
So, do I roll those damages at the same time?
Sure, yeah,
Do you
totally.
want to try and stun him again?
Oh, snake eyes.
Thank you, creator.
That's 10 points total.
10 points total,
For
okay.
both of those hits. Beg your
Totally.
pardon?
You can stun him again.
Yeah, but I'm going to be judicious with the 3 key points that remain.
Yeah, it's pretty fair. It's pretty fair. Not like me.
Thank the creator. You're playing bad guys, okay? You better thank something else.
And I
God
am
created
going
both good and evil. I mean, it's just all I'm saying.
to do my bonus action attack.
Sure.
It'll hit.
Nice.
You're rolling real well.
It's advantage.
Yeah.
You set yourself up to roll real well.
Yeah.
That's good.
4, 5, 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. Yeah, this thing's looking messed up. This thing's looking messed up for sure. But is sort of like snarling now, having regained, survived some of this barrage as you keep popping it. This time you pop it in the snout and it's doing like the mad dog, like smiling through blood.
Cool. I'd like to take 5 steps back. Would that get an attack of opportunity? I don't know.
Is
The
it
wolf's
stunned?
prone. It's not stunned anymore.
Yeah, no, it would get an attack of opportunity.
Disadvantage.
With disadvantage.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So I'll take that. I'll take the 5 steps back.
Yeah, and it'll try and swing out and hit you. Actually, it's going to try and bite you.
Cool.
Will a 17 hit?
Meet it and beat it.
Ooh, amazing. Ooh. Okay. So that is going to do 11 points of piercing damage, Tal, as it just wheels around and bites you in the ankle. And I need you to make a strength saving throw, please.
12.
12 just saves.
Lots of justs with this guy.
Lots of just as you almost stumble but wrench your foot free, hobbling a second before you sort of like shake it off, and this wolf now takes its turn standing up to its full height above you.
Cool.
As tall as Lior, but infinitely more menacing due to the unknown as it looks. And whereas this other one had been speaking some strange foul speech, this one looks at you and says, "You have no place here. We have plans." Snarling takes another bite at you.
So it steps 5 feet forward?
Actually, no. If you're taking, if you do take your step back after that, so it wouldn't do that.
Okay.
In that event. In that event, it would wheel around and turn and take a sword slash at Lior.
It has advantage because I recklessly attacked.
It also has pack tactics.
Ooh.
It's going to hit you with a 21.
Yep.
Get a +2, right?
It's only going to hit you for 5 points of piercing damage. This is a formality, but please make me a strength saving throw. Oh, no, sorry. This was scimitar. Silly me.
Do I have advantage on saving throws? Yes, I do.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, like a 24.
Okay, so that was for the scimitar.
Yeah.
I rolled the wrong damage dice.
Was that already halved, or was that...
No, that wasn't halved, but just scratch that out because I rolled the wrong damage dice.
Oh, okay.
So it will be 10 points halved to 5.
Perfect.
We'll count that saving throw for its bite on you right now because it's going to also go to bite you.
Bad doggy.
Only a 16 to hit?
No, with the thing,
It just misses.
yeah, I had
Dang.
15 plus 2 to
Haste,
17.
protect your boys. That's great because I would have tried to be shiesty and re-roll that d8 even though I shouldn't have. But it reaches out and swings at you with a sword and just looks to the doorway and once again, as the door begins to shimmer once again. Michelle, can you roll a d6 for me? No. Please?
Don't do it. Just stall again.
6.
6, okay. Very cool.
Six
Trollocs.
Not at all. That would suck so hard. But with the 6 shimmering out from the entryway comes the first thing that appears, first of all. Okay, I've rolled so bad on everyone's initiative. Emerging is first things first is an arrow that emerges behind a feathered hand as this thing with a black-rimmed eyes on white feathered head of some weird eagle-like creature that is slightly shorter but equally as sturdy is just... and looking around at who to strike for as an eagle-looking Trolloc has also emerged on the battlefield.
I don't like any of this.
That does bring us to next in the initiative order, which is Paige.
Okay.
Find the key. It's very important.
Just placing that
Where?
here? Yeah, wherever it has room. Yeah.
To be there. Paige is going to run
Fat boy on purpose.
forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no. 5. I gotta say 5 over here.
Okay.
6.
Yeah.
And I'm going to dash. I'm going to dash.
Wild.
1, 2. Oh, I'm getting too close. This is being stupid. Oh no.
Interesting choice. Interesting. Very brave to be stupid on purpose.
Go behind that stump right there. No, not behind. That behind.
Okay, I'm going to stay right there. And
Okay. So you've used your action to dash.
that's right. My action to dash. Can I? What can I do to illuminate? Can't use anything. How would you feel about a press digitation? A quickened press digitation to shower the battlefield here with sparks in order to illuminate it better. How would that work?
It would give you a very temporary insight because light is very much another cantrip.
Got it. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, perfect. Oh, this is a problem.
It would give you a brief snapshot.
Yeah,
Is it an action to light a torch?
it's an action to light a torch. Yeah, exactly. It's a use an object, I think. I'm going to.
We're 6th level?
Yeah.
I have one more key than I thought I did.
We're all so happy for you.
Jesus, what?
I'm going to peer around, and as I cannot see anything with them tromping around, and I'm a little bit too far, I'm going to look at the ram, and I'm going to quicken a spell, and say, and speak into the wind as it carries it to its ears. Go back from whence you came. As I cast a dissonant whispers.
Okay. I thought you were going to try and make it run into the portal again.
That's exactly what I wanted to do.
Yeah. Because this, if it fails, it has to retreat using its movement.
Run away from her specifically.
Yeah, that doesn't mean it runs into the
I
portal.
think it doesn't. No, exactly.
Yeah.
It can run anywhere. I would like it to run in the portal.
No, that's a 3.
Okay, I will roll. Let's
Give me some dammies.
6.
Since it failed so strongly.
No.
Running as directly away as possible.
No, because I have failed so strongly, and I'm still out here doing my best.
Got some Brad numbers here. I got 115, so it's 7, and must use its reaction to run.
Okay.
How does that make you feel, Brad? First to call that Brad numbers.
I felt joy and then just an immediate, sinking feeling about what my status is in the world of luck. This is why I don't gamble. Awesome. So now it has to use its reaction to run away from you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, great. So it's just going to run to the edge of the map closest to...
Opportunity attacks?
because it's using its reaction. It's not being pushed. It is using its reaction.
3, 4, 5.
No, it's not moving.
It's right on the edge.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I'm probably not going to hit. I rolled an 11.
Yeah. It's not going to hit with an 11, no.
Nope. I think it's on your turn.
No, yeah. Reckless doesn't apply to opportunity, but it's still 24.
24 definitely hits for sure. Big hit. Big time, big hit.
Oh, fantastic. That's 11 plus 7, so that's 18 points of damage.
Disgusting. You guys are going to have to tell me about how to build things that hurt people.
You are very good at building things.
Yeah,
It's
I'm very scared
really
right
the
now.
dice that betray
Brad,
you.
I'm very scared right now.
That's great. You should be, because it's Lior's turn. Lior, you are surrounded on two
Because
sides by
it's
this
checks
wolf that
notes.
is standing, this eagle that has arrow knocked, and this ram that is turned back around and is pawing the ground and looking at you.
Yeah. Lior will turn to the one that spoke, the wolf, and is just gonna straight up punch it in the face.
Cool, I love that energy.
Thought it was gonna talk or something, but no. That comes next. That's
Recklessly?
sorry, yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That is a given, Bradley. So that's 20 to hit.
I was not allowed to say that my sharpshooter.
So that's
But I can see him rolling 2 die. That's the difference.
1 plus 7, so 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, excellent.
And as I
Looking
do,
super messed up.
yeah, I'm just gonna start saying, "What did you do to Tamil?" Bash it with the hammer, and Corin. And if it doesn't answer, I'm gonna bash it again with the hammer.
You bash it and it reeling, not looking good, and goes, "Tasty snacks for the army."
I'm just gonna keep wailing at it.
Sure.
Yeah.
That was a great time music spike. What's up?
That's 21 to hit.
21 hits.
25 to hit.
Well, roll me damage on the first one.
That's gonna be 15 points of damage.
Okay, great. How do you spike him on that second hit?
Yeah, just go to crush the head into his chest.
Yeah, you crumple the snout.
Yeah. And then I go again and I hit it again.
When it's dead?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, man.
This guy said he ate Ogier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not cool.
Take it out on the eagle, Lior.
Alright. So that was 3 attacks. So that
Yes.
was my second attack plus my hasted action.
Yes.
And now I'll use my bonus action as a frenzied rage.
As you frenzy
Yeah.
to hit the eagle?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Do you want me to do anything to the token?
The wolf token, you can take. Yeah.
27 to hit.
27 will absolutely hit, yeah, for sure.
7 points of damage.
7 points of damage, okay, cool.
Yeah. If I shove him there, no, that doesn't help in any way. Yeah, I'll just shove him back 5 feet over
Totally.
here, and I'll step into that corner trying to pin him in.
Oh, that's very good. Yeah, and so the boundaries I should have mentioned,
imagine.
we are in the foothills. So there is like sort of rocky, craggy stuff behind you guys.
Perfect.
So when you do corner him, it's not like he can go like bye and fly away. He very much is pinned here.
Perfect. Yeah. That
Okay.
was that's my turn.
I was
Great.
sure you were going to make a crow sound there. Just your classic.
Absolutely not. No, I'm subverting expectations. Speaking of subverting expectations, Dirk, what fresh new take on violence do you have for us?
Well, seeing that the ram went that way and Leor has got the eagle, I'm looking at this portal and I kind of want to jump through it. But I don't think I will, because that leaves Tal with the ram. So I'll look at Tal and say, we need a leaf. Leor's talking about a leaf. I don't know where it is. I'm going to run off to the ram.
How many leaves are on the floor? Just out of
Quite a
curiosity.
few. Quite a few.
You never said what it was made out of.
That's true.
That may be true, but I'm also very strong. And you run off after the ram, okay?
Yeah, I'll run after the ram. I'll put my sword away as, I guess, my interaction on the way there.
Sure.
And as my bonus action, as I come down like this, just resummon the shadow sword to my hand and take an attack.
Cool.
And we're in darkness.
Have I hit you at any point?
You hit me for 12.
Great, roll me a concentration check.
Oh yes.
Oh, yes.
Because it is a
Blade.
yeah. Come on, dude.
You can do it,
For
Dirk.
12. For 12.
Oh.
12.
12 on the die. You're good.
Okay. So I'll come down and rip and make an attack with advantage because we're in darkness or dim light.
I think we are.
Yes,
Yeah.
we certainly are.
That's crazy. Cool.
It's not very good. It's only a 15. But
15 will hit.
nice.
This one's got pretty low AC.
So I'm going to make that a trip attack.
Cool.
So I will need to have a strength saving throw.
Cool. Who
please.
needs to stand up?
No one needs to.
Thank God. Oh, sure-footed. This ram trollic has advantage on strength and dexterity saving throws made against effects that would knock it prone. Watch me roll 2 3s. Roll your attack and see. Yeah. No, sorry.
Just say.
Came into that with a bit of
Nat
confidence.
20.
So he's not knocked prone.
At least that wasn't on a hit.
I do 2d8 for the psychic.
Yeah, I roll great to not fall down. Again.
I was gonna say, falling down really messed up that wolf.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, just 2d8 on the psychic, I think.
Okay.
That'll be 9 plus 6 will be 15 damage.
Finish it.
I'll take my second attack, which will be the attack with haste.
No, Dirk, you misunderstand me.
Oh.
Finish it with the first hit.
Amazing. So I'll just like slice right through its mouth and then just like try to go slice right through it and pull out.
Totally.
Ram tongue for dinner?
I moved 5, 10, 15, 20-ish feet to get there.
Yeah.
About 20 feet or
I've
so.
got 60 feet. So 5, 10, 15, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30,
As you run,
35.
roll a d20 for me.
Yes, I shall.
25, 30,
That
You're
missed.
just so confident.
55. That gets right
15.
there.
15. You're good.
Okay, and I'm in range with the eagle?
Infuriatingly, you're good.
Good, thank you.
It was gonna be real bad.
Is it going to be real bad? Real bad? Okay. And I will take my last attack against this guy.
Okay, go ahead. Go right on ahead.
I shall.
Do it up.
That's going to be a 14.
14 will miss.
Thank the Lord, right? Look at that. I've used a maneuver. Need to write
It's a
that
really
down.
drawn out S there, Bradley.
Yeah, this is actually a snake.
And that will be the end of my turn as I look at Leor and we go, I think we got this.
Famous last words.
You see
Excellent.
what I did there, right?
Excellent. That's the end of your turn. That brings
Yeah.
us to the eagle, the lone Trolloc currently on the field, although this field of swirling energy is still active. The eagle looks at the two of you and takes a quick scan of the battlefield and will walk away from both of you. Out of both of your immediate range. Yep.
Farther?
No, that's fine. Will walk away out of there.
Out of my range, he's like here.
Yeah.
Did you already take an attack? Are you taking an attack?
Do you guys still have reactions?
I just got mine back.
Yeah. So you can take opportunity attacks if you wish.
I just got my back because I
Totally.
Always beware of the DM who is
I know.
encouraging you to take opportunity attacks.
What?
But I don't have.
There's something happening here.
I don't have a reaction to do anything else. It's a 24.
24 will hit. Certainly.
That is 6 plus 7, 13 points of damage.
Okay.
You're so bad, Brad. I have to take it. I just have to.
I'm gullible.
Because Dirk is absolutely like, don't worry, Talon Page will close the portal, right? Like, what else could come
so
through
do
this
something
portal?
about it.
What else could... Well, that's a 3. That's bad, but it's okay because I have advantage. Because it's dim light.
I hate it. I hate it.
So 17 plus 6 is going to be a 23.
Cool. Hey, never give your players broken boons.
And...
It's the madness.
Yeah.
Make eye contact with the camera before you
I
speak.
look around and I go, you're all that's left. And I just ignite it with a smite on its back.
Cool. How many smites do you have?
My last one.
Okay, great.
Oh.
Roll your damage.
So
And roll 2d20s as well.
yeah, so 2d8 for that. That's for the psychic. So that's 10 plus 6, so 16.
Okay.
And then
Oh my god.
19 for the smite, so 31.
Sorry, 19 for the
Because
smite?
it's 2d8 usually, but they're chimichangas. So it's an extra 1d8. And I
great.
rolled an 8, 7, and 4.
Awesome. I am going to need you to give me that d20 roll with disadvantage.
Yeah. Just like, yeah.
You are channeling.
That's true. It's
Because they're Jimmy Jones.
liberally.
10.
10 with disadvantage?
Yeah. I rolled a 19 and a 10.
This feels unlikely for me. You know what I'm going to say.
Yeah, and just, I want it to just explode, and I'm just gleeful. Like, I'm two-handing this sword, and I'm just turned to Leor, and we go like, right?
And Leor's like, destroy.
And you cleave this eagle in twain before it can loose an arrow. That brings us to Tal's turn as briefly there's silence and there's still this swimming and another hulking figure is making its way.
Tal will start rapidly scanning the floor, saying, "A leaf that's not a leaf. A leaf that's not a leaf. A leaf that's not. What does it look like?" But I'll be looking for the leaf.
Investigation in dim light with disadvantage.
That is fully legit. That's in dim light. I'm a teeny little human, and I don't know what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So 16.
16.
I rolled a natural 15 and a natural 19.
Wow. That's impressive. Must,
Wait, is that's an investigate check, right?
it's an investigation check, yeah.
16.
It's not insight?
No, unfortunately, it's not insight. With the 16, you look and you see leaves, and you're looking for a leaf that's not a leaf, a leaf that's not a leaf, and you look at the doorways that are open and hanging sort of like out face to the camera, extending towards the camera, and you look at the doorways and you see that there is this beautifully intricate stonework, scroll work done of all these different leaves that are made out of stone. And in some places it looks like they have cracked and fallen away. And in one place there is a space that does not look cracked, that does not look like something has eroded, but that looks and appears to be a trefoil leaf. The shape of that is missing. With a 16, with no prior knowledge of what it is you're looking for, I think you know what you're looking for now.
Okay. Cool.
Very cool.
That's it.
That's your turn?
That's all I got. Yes?
No, I was gonna say I'm not sure if you move. It's just movement. So.
Yeah, I guess I'll come over here.
Sure. Great. On that note, another shimmer and emerging from this door. Martin, why don't you roll me a d6?
3.
A 3. Okay. Emerging from this door, there is a squat figure who just takes a heavy step out, and you see a sick-looking battle axe as you see horns not on the top of the head but emerging from the mouth as this like nasty-looking boar just comes out going and is just staring out with fury. What was your initiative, Dirk?
For why?
Because I need to know.
14.
14? God damn it! Why? I could have just made them hacked on the lair action, but no!
Can we all just take a moment to really applaud Bradley for his stellar animal voices? Like they don't sound like regular animal voices. They sound like twisted Trolloc animal voices.
If I can't scare
I'm
you,
here for
if
him.
I can't scare you mechanically, I might as well scare you in real life.
I dumped all 3 of my spell slots because I was scared mechanically.
Great. If you could just chuck that right up next to Dirk, that would be splendid.
Splendid. Right next to him, in combat range, ready to hit.
As this one emerges and still swimming out, you see a mass of other figures crowding the entrance. That's going to bring us to Paige.
Paige, after having looked the first time, I was going to say, I can't.
Can I have called out on my turn? It's a foil leaf.
I'm going to say, how can anyone see anything? And then take a torch out and light a torch with my action.
Give me a history check first, Paige.
Okay, sure. This is a, are you smarter?
Everything's going to catch fire.
Are you smarter than a 5th grader?
Yeah. That's a 7.
No, you're not.
No, you're actually not smarter than a 5th grader. Tal says, it's a foil leaf, and you go, what? It's made of gold?
Doesn't help.
You know that there was some lesson that you should have listened harder on.
Yeah.
And you don't remember it.
I'm going to... Once the torch is lit, and I have no idea which leaf I'm looking for, I'm going to whirl around and run into the clearing. 1, 2. Oh no, there's a boar. And I'm going to keep running across.
Sorry.
1, 2, 3, 4. As I'm looking for the leaf.
Yep.
Foil leaf? I know what a leather leaf is, but I don't even know what a leather leaf is.
Cool.
Tal, I'm going to need some help. And I think we have company. Would I be able to see the rest of the shapes crowding inside? Can I identify the shapes?
At this point, you can kind of perceive it. Even like the flickering light that your torch is giving off is a little bit far away from there, but you've caught this pattern even hiding from where you were. Maybe because you were hiding and not directly engaged with someone, you were able to sort of emerge the way that you don't necessarily identify as shape, but you see the way that the shimmering is sort of like flexing as if through fabric, as something trying to tear its way through.
All right. I'm not sure if this is messing with Bradley a little bit too much, but I'm going to...
Please do.
I told myself I wouldn't, but I think I must. And I'm going to quicken a fireball into the portal.
I just don't know if that's possible. Hold on a second.
We need a lore break right now.
Like, genuinely, you got to give me a second to Google this.
Yeah.
Interesting move.
Didn't Moiraine do something like that?
Spoilers!
So, that's my question. You...
Did Lorraine?
Moiraine.
Thank you. Why?
Who's Lorraine?
Honestly, same.
Shoot a fireball into.
Oh no, it's just sending me like spiritual coaches' advices for your life.
Does my chakra align in my way gates if I fireball it?
if I fireball.
Oh my gosh. You know what? Hey. Roll me a roll me an Arcana check.
Oh, no!
What? You're a mage. You should be trained in the ways of channeling.
It's can I use my magical guidance to re-roll that 5?
You can.
What did she do when she forced her way through the gate?
That's a 12.
That's a 12? Yeah, it could work.
Here it goes.
Right.
Okay.
I'm going to try and lob it 20 feet into the portal.
Great, roll me some damage.
Okay, let's do it.
What do you have?
Moraine does channel through a way gate to escape the ways because the key has been removed, but this damages the way gate and leaves it permanently open.
Roll me some damage.
My man.
How
My
many?
man just did.
How many? Is it 66?
Michelle.
You had to read that out loud, huh, Michelle?
That is not supporting the group, what you just did there. I need 2 more d6s.
No, you don't get mine.
Oh, I'll give you mine.
These are d8s, Bradley. Stop.
Hey, Martin, roll real good.
All ones.
What the heck are you doing there, buddy? Haven't you read this book?
I forgot that detail.
Oh,
That's a lot of ones. So that's 3 ones.
Hey,
I see
what's
a
up with
couple
this?
of
That's a 2. That's a 2, 3. Well, I would be more upset in a regular day. 1, 2, 3. That's 9, 11, 16, 22.
Stop now.
Okay,
That's
and
where he
that's
stops.
deck save, yeah?
Deck save, correct.
Okay, great. Dirk, I need you to make
Yeah,
a deck
it's,
save.
what did I tell
Yeah.
you? I told you.
Leor, I need you to make a deck save.
the boar makes a deck save?
Yeah, he already did.
Does the
What's
Waygate make a deck
what
save?
is the distance?
What about the trees?
What is the distance?
25, a 20-foot radius.
It's a 20-foot radius, so I
Yes.
think you might be good, Tao.
No, Tao's pretty good. If he's hitting it here, yeah. That's why I didn't give you my d6. Okay, Martin?
So what was that, 25?
22.
22.
Yeah, I got deck save 23.
23, okay.
I
Leor?
got a 12.
Okay, I also got a 12 on the die, 13. So we both take 22 points of fire damage.
I take 11.
You take 11, and I need
and
you
I
to
need
make
a
a
con
con
save.
save.
10, 16.
You make your save as immediately the smell of foul bacon emerges. And you just, and as you release it a little bit too late, you think of advice that you've received from Lucille, who says, "Dear, if there's one thing that you're going to remember about the ways, you never channel in the ways. That brings something far more dangerous than darkness or being lost upon you." And you wish you could take it back, but an enormous fireball erupts, setting these 2 stumps over here aflame. And
Now we have light.
and you do have light. I can't take it back now. I'm stupid. And the boar gets rocked back. The gate is still open. The stone cracking, crumbling around it. Leor, you are scorched, and you turn around angrily, and you start to see a little bit in horror, even behind the frenzy of part of you that you wish you could act on, sees part of the stone door crumble. Not fall apart yet, but crumble. As just damage rocks this thing. Oh no. I am going to make a save.
Just making an insight check real quick. Did Paige do that on purpose?
Great. Okay,
Page on trial.
great.
Oh, no.
Paige, is that your turn?
Yes.
Great stuff.
Great.
Leor, you're up.
Leor is going to try and get this last one
Okay.
out and figure out what he can do from there. So he's going to close that distance and wail on this guy.
Okay, great.
Come on. It's an 18.
18 will hit. Yeah, certainly.
That is 11 points of damage.
Okay.
That's 21.
Yep, super hits.
17 points of damage.
Okay, on death's door. Me forever.
I will keep my action.
I don't think
my
any of
second
them
action
hit you guys.
and I will use my bonus action to attack.
Swear jar.
I'm well aware.
Well aware. You hit
That's a 19.
Not hard enough.
me. Yeah.
And that's 17 points of damage again.
So sorry, what is this? This is to the boar.
The boar, yeah.
Yeah, you take down the boar. It had 2 hit points left.
Whoa. All right.
Oh man.
Dang, I was like, it's a little bit too sketchy if I start with 3 of them and keep bringing in more. I absolutely need to listen to my heart. My God.
I'm gonna step in front, and just for a moment, the hammer's gonna come down. I'm just gonna look up at the waygate and try and see, is there a way to salvage the situation?
Okay.
I can. No, it's a bonus action to end the frenzy. I will do it as best I can through, honestly, the blood and the tears at this point.
Sure.
Just with everything that's happened.
So sorry, you're looking for.
I'm just trying to make a check on the waygate to see, is it beyond salvaging
Okay.
at this point.
Stonemason's check disadvantage.
Yeah. That was an intelligence with proficiency, correct?
Yes.
Okay. That's an @1.
The only thing that's rumbling in your head is no longer Brahm's voice, but your own voicing. Destroy! And that's just all that's reverberating in your mind as that little piece of you that's trying to claw out and do something rational can't do it. I think that's going to be your turn.
That's gonna be my turn.
Dirk.
These trees were ignited,
Yep.
and
They're
the
ignite.
sword that I have in my hand kind of shrinks a little bit, and I don't really want Tal to see this in case she hasn't already. She has, but I don't know.
100%.
I'm just gonna throw it away,
Okay.
and I'm gonna take a second and be like, I need a leaf, and I'm gonna look around for this leaf, even in the darkness, to check spots that
Sure.
it might
Yeah,
not have.
totally. So roll me a investigation check.
Would I have been able to say one thing on my turn? Can I?
Depends what the thing is. If it's intelligible enough that...
It's in response to what Tal had called out.
Yeah.
Can I make an intelligence check to see would I be able to?
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you can make an intelligence saving throw.
That one.
Okay. Yeah, I think because you're
The
it's
dice
such
are
a
telling the
highly
story.
technical thing.
Yeah.
It's not like get him next, you know.
I think I've rolled a nat 1 on my 3 intelligence checks.
Yeah. Makes you think.
I rolled a 6 on my investigation.
Sorry?
6 on my investigation.
6, you don't really spy anything, and you're looking out in the darkness, and you don't. I'll say this: in the immediate vicinity that you're around, color like plenty of light, you don't see anything that stands out.
I'm going to just double speed away. If I see Tal and Paige over there, I'm gonna say, Leor. Oh my, I'm so sorry, guys.
You're good.
Guard
you're
the
good.
gate, and I'm gonna run this away and just try to start looking around here.
Okay, sure thing. Absolutely. That's going to bring us to the bears. No, sorry. The boars. No.
Nope.
The eagles. No.
It's gonna be a while,
The
guys.
goat. No. Tal. They all 4 of them rolled underneath all of you guys. Tal, back at the top.
I'm gonna keep looking for the leaf.
Okay.
I'm gonna be like,
Are you looking in your direct area? Like.
no, just
Where you haven't looked before.
Yes.
I like to look everywhere.
That's amazing and
Yeah.
something that you can definitely do.
that's what I would like to
Okay,
do.
roll me. If you're in the area that's lit by fire, you can roll it straight.
Yeah, so I imagine I would start looking like kind of around this stump.
Sure. Sure.
Nat 20. Not there. Natural 19. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. With the dirty 20, you are looking and immediately you rule out the whole pathway in the middle. That's like wood. I forgot to put 2 logs that were supposed to be obstacles on the path. Oh well. That would have changed things. But you with a dirty 20, you look out and you just see green and you start to look at in your immediate vicinity that is lit. You don't see anything. And it's a little bit difficult because everything sort of loses color in the darkness. But you start to imagine that it would be, if you know what you are looking for, which is a stone, you would know that scanning in areas of color, looking for that which is not, is the move. You can rule out with your dirty 20 the whole area, like roughly from like the second set of stumps closest to the gate
Nice.
on either side, because those areas are well illuminated. You know they are not that close.
So I'll kind of communicate that. I'm kind of standing in line with that second row of stumps. So
Sure.
I'll tell everyone it's from here back, but it's not close to the gate.
Cool. Victor, D6.
No. It's a 3.
It's a 3. Great. In that case, another spinning, stamping goat emerges, looking a little bit singed, but maybe like it rolled a nat 20 on its deck save, so it's not super goofed up. It emerges kind of like right up in Lior's grill. Yeah, put it on the other side. I'm scared of Dirk. Put it there. Emerges there and just takes stock of everyone out there, just a mad look in its eyes. The wolf is the one that had the most intelligence. None of these ones look like they have the same level of intellect.
Tromping over their dead friends.
Yep. And
Oh boy.
lucky for me. Okay. Okay, great. Go ahead. Paige.
Paige looks in horror as the gate and everything around it is ignite.
Ignite for sure. Too ignite to quit.
And says, I must make this right. And she starts turning back to this area here and looking around this stump with her with the
your
torch,
torch.
looking around.
Great, amazing. Give me a investigation check.
I will also say, shh, everyone quiet, I need help. And I will be breaking down a spell slot to produce sorcery points
Okay, cool.
as a bonus action.
Cool.
I don't think you weren't saying that to us. You were saying that to the voices.
To the voices,
100%.
Shh, Ram, that's enough.
Taz like, I told you where to go.
Lior's just screaming blood loss in the background.
It's a 4. I'm going to use my magical guidance to reroll.
Okay, is that a sorcery point, magical?
That is a
Great.
I am out, which is why I had to go.
Which is why you broke one down, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not using you. I'm gonna go for something else.
No, keep using it.
No.
It's a 5.
6.
You don't see anything around that stump.
I've done my job. Okay.
Lior.
I'm going to destroy this one too. I have 1,000,000 attack actions and that one's on intelligence saves.
Unless you decide to drop rage.
Don't listen to the devil's advocate.
It's just like, you can let me hit you. You just let me hit you. Don't do it, man. We got 3 of us. Don't do it, man.
If there's a leaf that's still here,
You're still hasted.
I'm going to.
I'm not going to say that. I'm not an obito.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, Victor?
All right. I'm going to kill this one too. I'm going to recklessly attack. We're doing good. That's a 19.
You're getting a
Okay.
little frazzled there.
Cool.
Sure.
Yeah, that hits.
That's 17 points of damage.
Okay.
Ah!
My God.
Nat 20.
Oh.
That's
real bad.
You do one thing, but you do it well.
I did very well. That's another 18 points of damage. That's a 23. 22. 12 points of damage.
Oh my God, it's alive.
It's still alive?
Yeah.
Oh, it's my 4th attack.
Yeah, because he has hasted
What?
action. His
I
bonus
have
action.
2 plus 1 plus bonus.
You see the genuine hurt in my eyes?
You're like, I survived.
It's got a 12 AC. Don't roll 2 ones.
17.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. No, it was like a 20 on the.
No, I know. It doesn't matter. It does 12 AC. Victor.
And
Oh my God.
Stop rolling for Ram then.
is going to
Get that armored bear back.
kill this.
They all
one.
have the same amount of hit points.
No, I mean AC.
No one can roll under a 16 apparently. So, yeah.
If you'll
tell me.
allow me, I would like, now that it's an inanimate object,
Throw it back into the way gate.
I'm going to grab it and I'm going to walk into the waygate.
You're gonna walk into the waygate.
I want to see what's on the other side.
Incredible.
Madman. Even Dirk didn't walk into the way gate, and he was right next to
We're
him.
running out of time.
Lior,
And there was channeling near the way gate.
Lior, furious, not communicating this to anyone, as you guys are all sort of scanning the ground looking for something. Lior takes a second and looks at the way gate, and you see it towering above you as you still are clinging to this rage. Now the rational part of your mind is clinging to the rage to tell yourself that to steel yourself and not think that this is insane and lose your nerve. As you pick up this ram-shaped Trolloc and drag it over, and as you do, you step over what looks to be a sung wood quarterstaff on the threshold of the gate, and that strengthens your resolve. And you step through, seeing on the other side a boar-shaped Trolloc, a wolf-shaped Trolloc, several eagles with their bows drawn, looking with fear behind them as a line of Trollocs are trying to push their way out of this single file area and out into the light, as behind them a voice colder than ice and hotter than lava just rasps out in a language that you don't understand, but a sentiment that you can only interpret as, "Do my bidding. We must leave at once." And the haste in your mind is somewhat protecting you from the utter fear that you feel, as all that you hear spinning around your mind is, and just the smallest fragment of speech that you now understand breaks its way through to you that says, "Kill, kill, we want to kill, we want to taste it, the flesh so sweet, to rip and tear." As you all outside, looking around, desperate for guidance, Tal, I think, turn to look for where Lior is and ask, "What is the shape of the leaf? What am I looking for?" And see only the trailing body of a ram and the last footstep of Lior as you enter the way gate. And that's where we're going to stop for tonight.
No. What?
That's where we're going to stop for tonight.
That's not true. My God. It's so late. That's no.
What? Here's the thing. Oh my God. Was this a fight that I honestly hoped would hurt you guys more? Yes. Did you maybe a little bit take my bait of ganging up on all these weenies instead of actually finding the real threat? Yes. Did Lior do something I did not expect at all and forced me to end the session? Yes. I think that's all we need to say about that. With this insane move, as this gang of adventurers has now attempted to go and solve a problem at Lior's behest and has seemingly lost control of the situation, as Lior, the only person who knows the true danger of what he has just done, has entered the waygate from which a flood of shadow spawn were emerging. We'll have to tune in next time to see what happens and see what the fallout of this brave endeavor or foolish, like, kamikaze moment is. Thank you so much for watching. If you've stuck around, as always, you can find our next episode on this channel next Tuesday evening at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Until then, I have been rolling ones. And this has been Who's Taking Watch? The Dragon's Might.
Yeah,
Leroy Jenkins!
You're worse than grounded.
Even I knew we don't go into the way.